better. What's up, Noel? Hey, EJ Nix. Good morning. Who was first? What's up, Ann? Who was first? Freddie, Keith, EJ, Noel, Diana Clark, Aggie, Debbie Zabriskie, Shy Town Mike. What's up? Unknown. Thanks for that, Unknown. Says nice pimp ride, Liberty. Yeah, I still haven't finished it. We're still in the process. We worked all day yesterday on a friend of mine's van. Um, here with a big old cup of coffee. I enjoyed some coffee with you guys. Um, and you guys have missed my morning talks. I've been a little busy. Um, Thank you, Stephanie. Good morning, Lady D, Miss Free. Hello, Rachel Wooten. She says, "What are the chances of running into you this fine day?" Yeah, I just chilling here in my van. Took a shower and stuff, and then came back. I said, "You know what? Enjoying my coffee." I said, "Let me talk to the folks, see what's going on, let people know what's going on." This is an IRL, which is in real life, right? Um, yeah, it's kind of crazy. I guess they're going forward with all this stuff. Um, just acting like nothing's going on, right? Either they're the most stupid people that I've ever met in my life, okay? Or this has ramifications from higher powers that I don't know of. I'm still leaning on I think they're just so arrogant and stupid, right? They just think that they're untouchable. A lot of people get this way when you have a lot of corrupt power going on in your constant life. You just think it's going to go on forever, right? They're actually going forward with it. They still haven't dropped my charge. They're going forward with the sentence. They're actually going forward with Eric's trial. They've just filed a motion to joinder both of them. If they're smart, they're joining them. See, because what happened was they charged us for the case with Regan getting pushed out the door was one trial, and then the case of us arguing us saying some words to Crone outside the sheriff's office was another trial. They're different charges, right? The one with Regan had four different charges, and the one with Crone had two. Okay, so in total we had six charges. Okay, so it's six charges between the both of them. I think it started with even more than that, but they dropped a couple on the way in, right? It might have been like 7 or 8 charges on the way. But so now they're joining those together as one trial for Eric. They didn't do that for me. I asked for it, but they didn't do that for me. They're doing it for Eric, and if they're smart, they're doing it because they're going to put them together and then dismiss them as one case. It's the best thing that they can possibly do to save face, because to make it go forward, I can't believe that they would want to add gasoline to this fire, right? Why would you want to bring an army of clowns to an entire circus that's already going on, right? So you guys want to bring this in, it's just going to put more people in jeopardy with their jobs and everything. And I hope so. I hope you guys are that stupid so you guys can really put it out there, right? And we're just going to discover it all, every bit of it. Okay, it's going to be so evident by the evidence because you guys are so fucking stupid. Just the evidence that we have right now is already going to the governor's office. So, I mean, you guys are crazy. I mean, we're going to take this all the way up to the president if necessary. Understand? I mean, you're not dealing here with a few clowns. I mean, you guys still haven't learned with Brush, You guys still haven't done with any of that, right? You guys are still going forward. You've lost. You've paid out huge sums of money, and now and you did that at a city level, a city level. Now you guys are trying to do this at a county level, right? The same stupidity. So crazy, guys. Um, Oh yeah, you're right, Rachel. She says the thing is, if they find you guilty on any speech thing, but cops aren't even charged on any actual physical assault, that's just fucked up. And yeah, that's the fact. But you know what? We'll keep talking really loud and letting everybody know, because we're just out here to cause commotions and you know to be oh yeah, terrorists. That's what they've called us. They've called us domestic terrorists because we speak up for the people. And we speak up when the rights of the people are being violated. Not just regular rights, but even human rights, right? There's abuses in jails. There's abuses, look, I went to jail for this thing. I spoke up. I spent 24 hours in solitary. 24 hours. I didn't get to go outside and hang out with everybody. They didn't send me to medical. Um, they didn't do shit for me. They sent me to medical once. Um, They brought me my food. They didn't give me my special food. None of that. They don't even have special food in Denver County Jail. Okay? They don't even really care what it is, whether it be religious as far as like halal food or maybe kosher food, which is very important, uh, you know, for the Judaic beliefs of the Jews. Um, and then even for the diabetics, right? Very important what you eat. They don't give a shit. They'll give a diabetic uh, apple juice, corn, carrots, bread, and cake. They don't care. All in one meal. Observing paranoid people, what's up? Yep, we're stirring the pot for sure. It's terrorists because you scare cops by knowing your rights. That's right, Aggie 392. Um, Morning, Lady D. How are you? Good morning. Thank you, Lady D. Um, Hold on, let's get this thing down here. See that orange thing going? Yeah, that's my Mr. Buddy heater. Right? Um, that's going thanks to Lady D. Uh, and also have a full tank of gas. We are going to be, here's a beautiful example of Colorado weather. Today is going to be a beautiful 70 degrees. Okay? 70 degrees all day. And then tomorrow, it's going to be an average of about 30 all the way across the board with snow for the next 4 days. So we're going to be packed up in snow for about 4 days, which is cool. I think I'm just going to get another propane tank and fill that one up. So if this one dies, I don't even have to go out to go get the other one. I can just like switch them. Yeah, a lot going on. If you guys decide not to call the Morgan County courts, if you guys don't decide to call Governor Jared Polis' office, okay, that's Polis is the last name of the governor. I'm going to ask that all of my friends don't call the governor. You know, I feel that we can seek redress of grievances from our government. I think it is an emergency grievance, right? The fact that the sheriff the district attorney, the prosecutor's office, the sheriff's office, the ex-full sheriff and the now sheriff, all being involved in evidence tampering, using that evidence, being able to tamper with that evidence, being the plaintiff actually of the case. They're able to tamper with their own evidence, which is going to be shown in court to then prosecute me for the charge, which they are not allowed to charge me with because the only victim was a police officer. Think about how illegal all of that is, right? This is not made up. We have a mountain of proof. A mountain of proof. Video, audio, statements. Oh my God. There was a trail there, you know. A lot of people touched this. Who touched this evidence? They would go to such great lengths to not just alter the evidence itself, but to construct something complete, like fake everything. Fake everything. Everything on it is fake, folks. Look at it carefully. Okay? I put up the tampered evidence. I put up the tampered evidence that they gave us in court, which they tampered with. Okay? When it goes up onto I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give away too much, right? But they had all that time to alter it and everything. And if you guys look, it says that it only had been viewed 237 times. There was, I think, almost it must have been like 800 people on it at one time, if I'm not mistaken. I'm so happy about this because there's so many inconsistencies that this is not a drama, it's a comedy. It's actually a comedy. It's already been set up with statement, everything for you guys to see. You guys will be seeing it. We're waiting to see if they would be so incredibly stupid as to keep going through with this, because it's we just couldn't imagine, right? Also, please, anyone and everyone that lives in the Colorado area that is involved in journalism in any way, I am going to ask, hey, Chris Powers, this might be, something, everybody, whoever's out there that is smart with paperwork and stuff, okay? We are going to request media on this case, okay? They might be able to turn down me. They'll never let me do it, right? But hey, there's a lot of you, but even though they won't let me do it, I will apply for it, okay? I want you guys to ask for permission to have media in the courtroom, right? I'm asking the Lookout. I'm asking Ghostwriter. I'm asking all the local auditors here, okay? Eric. Oh no, Eric can't. It's his case. Anybody that might come for this, right? Any auditors from outside of Colorado that come here and visit us, or are going to come here and visit us for this or whatever, I ask that right now. Let me see, is there anybody on here that's ready for this? There is an application, and it shows you exactly how to do it, and it's up on the Colorado website. Okay, it's very, very easy. It's one page. You can just fill it out, send it to them. You can email it to them. You can fax it to them. You can whatever. It's very easy, and the instructions are on it. I wish I was ready for it, but I just thought of it right now at this moment. I think this would be amazing. I think if they were to get 10, 15, 20, 100 fucking media requests, You can't turn them all down. Frank, if you're out there listening, please. I know you'd be able to do this with like a blink of an eye. Boom, done. I know this is a different coffee talk, folks, but this is a very important coffee talk. Oh, this is crazy. Where I'm parked, I'm leaning, right? So where I'm parked, if my truck is like looking at you like this, right? When I'm on the curb, I'm kind of like this. So I'm sitting on this side, looking up. So I feel like my chair is about to fall over. So what do you guys think? I thought that was pretty funny. The haters posted a video. The haters posted a video of my angry rant, because it's pretty easy to kind of get angry and get like that, right? When the very justice system that you're depending on is working against you on purpose and cheating, right? How do you win that game? You know, how can you play a game of poker if your opponent has an extra deck, right? And he's always got the cards to pull out to always win. It's impossible. So, you know, and then shortly thereafter, I think it was that day or whatever, I get the news that all of my other shit was dismissed. And of course, my one charge that I've been charged with, I'm going to appeal that. And then by the time that this appeal is done, there's going to be a whole other case on what went on my case to be able to convict me in the first place. And the judge that was involved in my case is absolutely compliant. He is absolutely backing them up. He is absolutely protecting them. He does not care to investigate them. He does not care to bring this topic up, you know, and investigate. You know, like when I brought it up, the right thing, if it was really an impartial judge that cared about justice, that impartial judge would have said, "What did you say, Mr. Irizarry? Mr. Irizarry, let me tell you something. That is an incredible accusation that you are making. So what you are trying to tell me is that the sheriff and the district attorney's office here, the prosecutor's office, actually took part in altering evidence and tampering with it so that it be fictitious, so that they can bring it here in this court and win." Yes, sir, I would have answered. Sir, not only am I saying that, but I have right now with me at this moment, without it being able to get to my computer and to other people, I have right now, not one, I might have between 3 and maybe 5 ways of proving it right now. And he could have threatened me with jail time. He could have threatened me with the firing squad. And I would have stood there and said, "Yes, Your Honor, I stand by what I said. Now let me show it to you." He didn't do that. He did everything and tried everything to absolutely cover the prosecution. And then he just got up, and before he can go away, I told him, "How do you become a judge and not know that you can't charge me with harassment or disturbing the peace when the only victim is a police officer, much less the sheriff himself? Like seeking redress of grievances from your government does not exist in this country." He looked at me and he walked away. So if that isn't a compliant judge, I don't know what is. So right now as we speak, the letters to the Judicial Commission are being written. The letters to the bar are being written. The letters to the, there's another one that's like some kind of impropriety type of deal that they have, right? It's like go tell their mom what they did wrong, and their mom's about to grab them by the ear, right? So, and then they're getting like a shitload of evidence with it. Not just a complaint, but a fucking stack of evidence this big so they can see it all delineated with exactly where they fucking did everything, right? So it becomes easy for them to read. So any child can read this and completely understand the atrocity that these people did to justice. Now, let me explain something, folks. This is a case very important to the First Amendment. It's very important to justice, all those things. But the case itself is not very important in the sense that the charges are very small, right? The scary part of it is here if they were willing to uh, um, commit such a move that would absolutely not only jeopardize their careers and their livelihood and everything, but also jeopardize their freedom, because somebody might go to jail here, right? With this case, which the only outcome might have been maybe monetarily from a federal lawsuit, a civil rights lawsuit, right? Um, what have they done in bigger cases? What have they done in cases where people have died? What have they done in cases with people perhaps who maybe not were not as savory people as most would like? They weren't the upper echelon of the judgmental values of society, um, but yet innocent nonetheless. How many people were put away forever, whether it be to be able to take away their children because somebody else wanted their children, or to be able to cover or save a police officer who did a terrible thing, right? He might have lost his career or whatever. So some innocent person might be sitting in jail, prison right now, um, for nothing, being completely innocent. And that is beyond a reasonable doubt something that is a very possible reality in Morgan County, involving the Morgan County Sheriff's Office and involving the Morgan County Prosecutor's Office. Um, I want you guys just to know, just in case, I'm going to say it right now publicly. I'm not depressed. I'm not crazy. I don't want to kill myself or anything. Um, if I were to pass in any type of questionable circumstance, I want everyone to know that it needs to be investigated. Um, I'm currently at this moment truly in fear for my life and what might happen. Um, I believe there's people very high up that have things to hide, and I believe that we exposed that going out there, and we were absolutely a monkey wrench in something that they had going on, or they've had going on here, or there in Morgan County, and I don't know what that might be. Um, it's not a speculation that's very far off. It's not a long pitch. This is not a Hail Mary toss of the ball. I believe that if when the higher entities go and investigate them, they're going to find things that are pretty much going to probably make our jaws drop. Um, because repeat what you said. The ringtone was okay. I don't know if somebody is mirroring this. If somebody would like to mirror this, that's fine. This is information that's important to get out there. Uh, what I said was that if this department is willing to tamper evidence, use this evidence, be willing to sacrifice their careers, their livelihoods, um, everything they've ever worked for, right? And even their freedoms, because there's possible jail time attached to a crime like this. Tampering with evidence to jail an innocent man is a big deal, a terrible civil rights violation. And I said that if he's willing to tamper with the evidence in this case to silence two protesters that are there for something pretty much not very important in the big scheme of things in government and the things that are going on, right? We weren't there to divulge a murder, right? For example, like in Elbert County, right? We wanted to get the details on the murder of Christopher Matthew Poor, and all of those who saw the videos saw that he was actually murdered by these two police officers, and and of course they were found completely innocent. Hello. Just like Brittany Luton has found ex-Sheriff James Crone and now Sheriff Dave Martin absolutely innocent and never found guilty of anything they've ever done in their entire time, 20 years as the Morgan County Sheriff's Office. Okay, James Crone was the Sheriff's Office for Morgan County for 20 years. Okay, why would a police officer of 20 years be involved in the tampering of the evidence, which is absolutely proven? Not kind of, sort of, not there might be a blip, not the type of evidence like if you're watching a UFO that you saw some kind of strange little thing that you really can't explain. It might be a light, it might be a bird. No, 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 no. Like we found, if this was a UFO sighting, we have found the ship itself. We have found the creators of the ship. We have found, we've touched the ship. You see what I'm saying? Totally different. Okay, we have actual a mountain of evidence to prove it. Why would he do that for this kind of case? We weren't trying to discover some kind of murder, as I said, or some kind of a big drug deal or missing money, right? None of that. But are those things actually something that might be trying to hide? Worthwhile question, right? These are questions that the governor needs to know. Governor Jared Polis needs to know this, and I need you guys' help. I need you to help me. You guys need to help me. If I had another phone, I'd be calling him right now with you guys on the line, right? And doing what Eric does. I don't have that luxury. It's either my live stream or my phone calling, right? So I only have you guys. And the governor needs to be contacted and these questions need to be asked. Why are these people doing this on such a small scale and such a small scale trial, yet they went to such great lengths to tamper with the evidence to make sure that we were absolutely prosecuted? Not only did they tamper with the evidence, right? We were there for a certain discovery. In the video, we are arguing about the entire video because the sheriff had posted the entire video, Eric was saying, right? But he was lying. It was like over an hour long, right? We were there to ask for that video. We were there to ask for a Shazo body cam. We were there to identify that police officer, that deputy that wouldn't identify. So we had actually been trying to get that discovery as a public records request prior to our arrest. By being arrested, that public records request we were asking for had now become discovery for our case. And that discovery did not come to us until the Friday evening before my Monday morning trial. 8 days later than the judge ordered. By the 10th, it was given to us on the 18th. Over a year and a half later. Way over a year and a half later. Almost reaching. A year and a half. We never got it. And when we got it, we didn't receive the entire evidence, what we asked for. According to the investigations, there should be 5 videos. We got 3. On one of them, possibly speaking into a speakerphone. There's conversation there that they don't want us to hear. Do you understand? Yes, Jason, thank you for reminding me of that. Jason Godet, uh, my super mod there and friend and brother, he had just reminded me that yes, when you guys leave a message on the Morgan County uh, Sheriff's Facebook, Twitter, um, on Jared Paulus, okay, please, Jason, if you can find a link to Jared Polis, the governor, okay, of the governor here of Colorado. I want you guys to, everybody that's listening, please leave a comment on his Facebook. Leave a comment on the governor's Facebook about the situation. You can put a link to this video if you like. Okay, it is very important that this news gets out. They're trying to hurry this thing up because they think that they can keep it under wraps and they can sweep it under a carpet. They cannot. They're trying to hide their sin. Okay? You cannot prosecute a man and get away with prosecuting him and further prosecuting a man and taking a man to trial with the same evidence later on, after I had already stated on the record prior, on the record of my trial, that this was tampered evidence. I had told my public defenders, I had two of them, I had told them, this evidence is not the right evidence. This is not complete. It's been tampered with. I don't know what's going on in there. There was too much evidence there. I don't know. I haven't seen it all. That's why I have a public defender. They should know this. Okay? I noticed it in the trial, and I can bring up evidence tampering and impropriety or spoilage in any way. I can bring it up years after the trial. I brought it up during the trial, and the judge swept it off and walked away because he's absolutely complacent with him. All of them are together on this, and they're hiding something enormous there. This has to get out publicly to the governor, to the president, to everybody else, the Department of Justice. Okay, I'm not a bad person. I'm not here to hurt anyone. Okay, I'm not here to hurt the government or Morgan County or any of those people. Okay, I'm trying to bring out the truth. I was just simply trying to document my friend, and at the time he was just an acquaintance who was extremely interesting. Someone who was worth bringing out to the public so that others can see. And it turned into this debacle. And they cheated to win. And now they're still using the same tactics, the same very tools they cheated on my case with, they're trying to use on my friend's case to find him guilty and to hurt him and put him away for nothing, for being a patriot, for being a man who loves others and loves his neighbors and cares enough to stand up like this so that others don't have to deal with this. We need to ask the questions. Jared Polis' office, governor of Colorado. What's going on with Brittany Lutton? Okay, and it's spelled like that, Brittany, Brittny, Brittany, Lewton. She's being investigated for opiates. Okay, the illegal possession of and buying and obtaining opiates. Okay, she is the one that gave the sheriff, undersheriff, and all of them the permission to lay hands on us, arrest us. They said that she's the one that said that we had broken the law and that we needed to be punished for it. Okay, and she was completely wrong. She obviously had something to hide because my evidence is tampered, and we always said that she was dirty and that sheriff's office was dirty, and we've been saying it since the beginning. If you look at my video with Regan, I state to Dave Martin, which was then under sheriff, he is now the sheriff. Okay, he is the one trying to hide everything. He's the one that deleted the entire Facebook post of the event that they had, which they called the full entire event, which we have now proven that it is not the entire event. Okay, I told him, you know what the beautiful thing about technology is? That forever when they look you up, your shame will be out there. Everybody will see it, and that shame's going to fall on you, your family, and everybody else. Because yes, you are a little man, crone, a very little man, in stature and in heart, as I said before. I stand behind every word that I said, every name that I called, except for queer. I understand that that was a mistake. Um, and I do understand that was a mistake. Eh, you know, the man, my best friend, and the guy that I die for, one of my heroes in my entire life. You know what I'm saying? This might be a little queer. And I love that guy with all my heart. Um, but it wasn't. It was wrong, and it was just my passion. So I do apologize for that. But except for that one, I don't apologize for any other one. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. I am who I am, and he is not who he says he is, because he's a liar. James Crone and Dave Martin and Brittany Luton and Travis Sides, and I don't even know how to pronounce the name of the rookie that was prosecuting me. Their butt puppet, um, and 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 Fat Manatee Shazo. They're all liars, cheaters, manipulators. Um, they took the power that the people entrusted them with, and they cheated with it. They turned it around, right? Um, they lied. Shazo, which is the big fat security, the big fat deputy, which is there during the Regan Benson video, that I call names to. That man said that we walked in there and we had some objections to them not allowing us to come in with video cameras, blah, blah, blah. And then we began to, and then it says, and then we began to say every, I can't remember the exact words how he wrote it, but it says something like, we began to say every foul word, name, like every bad word we can think of. Like we just started on a barrage of cussing at them as loud as we could. The proof of that was in the body camera of Shazo, which they wouldn't give up that they didn't give up until the night before the trial, which shows us for 21 minutes prior to that. It's a total of like 30 something minutes, I believe. Prior to the Regan Benson video, right? It's like the connection of the Regan Benson video. They started it from here. We wanted to add the whole thing, and we're just asking for things. We're not agreeing with it. We're talking about the First Amendment, my right to the free press, the sheriff's non-right to make his own rules and orders for the courthouse. At the time, it wasn't written by Judge Singer. It was actually written by the sheriff, and then Singer jumped in, which is the district court judge. He jumped in, and he backed up the sheriff, with his own little order there, so it looked like it came from the judge, right? Because we had discovered that it was all bullshit the way they had done it, right? There was no qualifying markers like we show you, like for Denver, right? Which is that stuff where we're always arguing about, that's written on the very bottom of the page, right? When it was revised, who wrote it, Chief Justice Directive for 404, it'll have the name of the form, so on and so forth, right? No, they made their own pseudo rule law, right? So then he completely lied. He said we were there before Regan got there. We were absolutely just hammering them with bad words, every bad word we can think of. Really? With Eric there? He's saying that Eric and I did this. Do you think that Eric did not have a few choice words in his file cabinet in his head to shout out if he decided he was about to machine gun you with every foul shit he can think of? I'll let you think about that for a second. Right? That would have been an amazing video, wouldn't it? we would have had the proof right there. As soon as we would have gotten that video, it would have been so damning to our case, right? It would have been so terrible, right? So why wouldn't they add it? You know why they didn't want to add it? You know why we got it the night before the trial? Because it just shows that everything in their statement was a lie. Statements, everything in their statements was a lie. You know, and look, guys, I'm not getting involved in petty bullshit on my live stream. Okay? Trump said, you're cool, you're on here, that's all good. I appreciate your support on here, but let me tell you something. Monkai 83 has stood by my side. We did jail time together. Didn't fuck around. Okay? I eat. Right? This guy is my friend and brother, as if we've served together. Okay? We've both served in the military, different branches, but we know what military brotherhood is. And I'll call that guy my brother anytime. He can be a pain in the ass, you know. He can be whatever. Okay? He might be a little brash. He might be all those things. But that guy's my brother, and I will get down by that dude's side. I don't give a fuck why he was in the problem that he is. I will stand by his side and fight, and we'll find out about the reason later. You know why? Because he did it for me. I did it for them once. All of them. Every one of these guys that's here has the same for me, fits in that same category. Because every single one of them has been here for me, by my side, at the drop of a hat. Any one of them. La Luz of Colorado, the Real Sovereign Citizens, The Lookout, Monkai 83, Blibbits 420, and please forgive me if I forget a name. You know my brain is like fuck. But hey, you know, I'm sorry, it's messed up. So everybody, Karen, Janet, anybody that's ever showed up for me there, they're all there. Okay, and they're willing to go to jail for me. They're willing to take charges for me, you know, to stand by my side. So until you've stood by my side like any one of them, you're not allowed to talk shit about them. It's just the way it is. So I appreciate all that, so we can drop it right away. Anyways, as I was saying, I'm not explaining nothing. I'm just letting people know where I stand on that stupid hair salon gossip crap, right? I don't do hair salon, nail salon gossip crap. You know what I'm saying? And it just kind of bothers me a little bit. I'm not tender, right? You know, about them being called names or whatever. But, you know, don't be on here and be called my friend and then try to challenge the integrity of my friends on here. See what I'm saying? Especially if you're challenging that, you're challenging people who I know personally. And if you are a person who I do not know personally, then, you know, you don't have much grounds there. You know what I'm saying? It's just how it is. And I hate gossip. You know, when you come to me, hey, did you hear about? I don't care. I don't care to know. No, I didn't hear, and I don't care to hear. That means I don't care to hear from you either, right? So that's how I am. And especially Monkai, because Monkai got down got down by my side, right? So, you know, like Pike got down by my side, right? So it's, you know, it's hard to talk about them dudes. You know, I love my friends. And I love you guys too. You guys are all my friends too. Uh, but hell, you should see how we talk to each other in here when we check each other. But we still love each other, right? I mean, if you don't love people, you can't check them like that, right? If they don't love you back, then they can't be checked like that, right? If they love you back, they can be checked and they say, hey, you know what? You were right, you know? Yeah, my ego's hurt, whatever, blah, 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 whatever, you know? You're my brother. Let's drop that. Cool. You know what I'm saying? I did that. You guys don't know publicly, right? But here, I'll share a little something with you guys since you guys are here with us, and I'm a guy that kind of sometimes shares things that are personal, so you guys can know, right? Defend and I had an issue, right? Defend and I at one point had an issue, like I felt in my heart, right, that it was like a, I'm ready to go out in the front yard and you know what I'm saying? Let's see who remains standing, right? He actually ended up being the more level head. And today defends my brother. Today's, defend, people talk all kinds of negative shit about him and they want to talk all kinds of garbage about him and, we all screw up. We're nothing but a big ass motley crew. You can just imagine this thing as a ship full of pirates. Duh. You know what I'm saying? We're really good at keeping the ship going, but individually, we each have our own stories. You know what I'm saying? Where we got problems. You know what I'm saying? But putting all that aside, that dude's been my friend. That dude's been there for me. He's shown up. I trust him. I trust him with my stuff. I trust him, everything. You see what I'm saying? He's been there not only for me, but for everybody else, right? And I can go on individually as a group, and we might fight, whatever, but you know what? I found him to have more integrity than the people who have challenged him about his own. So, even there, you know what I'm saying? In the long run, you can't judge people by what goes on in this little screen thing here. You know what I'm saying? When you sit down and know these people, and know their struggles, know who they are, and understand them. That's why when I watch guys, like the hater guys, I'm not even gonna mention their names. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about like the toothless fairy with a mask on. The guy that brags about. You see that? You see that right there? You don't just walk into a tattoo parlor and get that done. If you walked into a tattoo parlor to get that little home job done with a needle and a pen ink in your own basement when you were a teenager, then shame on that tattoo parlor. Tell me where it's at so I never go. So because that those stupid SS bars that you made were put there by you moron. When you see these guys talking about us, and they have no idea at all anything about us. I mean, they talk about like mental illness and all these things, and talk about mental illness and yet don't really look at themselves, right? It's just funny to me, right? It's just funny to me. That's why I don't jump on the bandwagon where somebody goes, they get an auditor and all of a sudden there's a certain auditors that people will jump in and, bro, there's my brother, Arizona auditor. Bro, I'm glad to see you. I hope you are well, my friend. I hope you are well. You and your family and everything. I hope everyone is well, bro. Love you, V. Yeah, and we just got to look at what we're doing, right? And if an auditor's not doing something right, let's bring up what they're not doing right and why you feel that way without attacking them and trying to bring them down, right? Because here, as you guys know, I'll always bring up something biblical, right? Look, even when Jesus was walking with his disciples, he told them, some of the disciples, hey, yo, Jesus, there's a group over there, right? And, they say they're with us and for us, but, they're not really doing it right? Like, they're not, we don't know who they are, right? They're not doing it right. And Jesus said, are they talking about me? Huh? Are they doing it like I asked? Yeah? Well, you're either for me or against me, right? Leave them alone, right? Some people are attacked because, for example, they say, well, they're not in it for the cause. They're only in it for the money, right? They're only in it because, they want the money, right? I don't know who, because I don't even bother to listen to those. So I can't even remember too many names, right? And then they start to dox this person, right? And they start to find out every dirty shit about this person, whatever, right? There's a young man that's out there. I can't even remember what his name is. But he's got the little hipster glasses, kind of clean cut. He's got like a Boston accent or something, right? I saw he was being hit on hard, right? Shame on you if you're an auditor, doxing another auditor because you don't appreciate what I believe that the only thing there is the, I too am a little, that kid, the whole kitty thing, whatever. I can understand that. But I mean, far from that, most of the guys that are going to be in this are going to be broken, right? Like I'm not gonna. You're not gonna find a whole lot of well iron pressed, perfect, with a great career people being involved in this, right? Because they can lose their careers, right? A lot of them are there because they followed the system very well. They're not going to damage what they've done, right? You don't want to make any waves or nothing, right? I got a friend who's a dear friend, right? He would never dare make a wave. He wouldn't. Why do it? Because he's like, why do it? You're going to lose, right? I'm just going to pay attention to what I'm doing. I'm going to enjoy myself, and I'm going to get my motorcycle, and I'm going to get my whatever, and have my piece of property, and get my whatever, get my little wife, whatever that person's plan is, right? Or whatever that person's white picket fence dream is, right? And I don't hate them for it. I love them. This is not for everybody, right? This is not easy to do. This is something that, why do people martyr? Why do people die for things that they believe in? Because it's what you believe in, right? That's why, that's why like the most not wanted religions by socialist communist countries, dictatorships and stuff like that are the belief, those beliefs that people die for, right? Not that I would ever go to that extreme, but what I'm trying to say is that people do die for what they believe in, right? But not everybody's perfect that's doing it, right? Not everybody's a monk. Not everybody's a, outstanding member of society. And it's funny because when we watch movies, right, we think that, we watch, the star of the movie, he might be an anti-hero or something, right? He can be the greatest scumbag ever, right? Oh, but we think he's the coolest, right? We watch vigilante movies and things. We think they're wonderful, right? We watch The Punisher. We think he's badass. But then when we see it in real life, we're like, oh my God, this guy hasn't paid his parking tickets. Terrible person, or whatever, And there is a movement here amongst us too. We got a lot of great guys on here, and there's a whole lot of people on here that I don't know who are actually part of now pooling resources, like being able to tie motions, creating links and places that we can go to simplify these processes. For example, when I say, hey, I'd like for you guys to please fill out the media requests. Man, guys, I'm telling you, on this media request thing, sometimes we ask for a lot of things on here, right? We ask for phone calls and emails or whatever. But if I've ever asked for anything on this one, it's this one. Okay. Um, we need to please contact the governor's office. We please need to contact. I kind of lost my thinking there, so I'm just continuing there. I don't know. There might be a blip. um, I really do need this media request thing happening. I really do need the governor's office being informed of what's going on and you guys' opinions. Okay. Um, there's a lot of questionable stuff going on with these prosecutors everywhere. 18th Judicial District, 13th. Thank you, Pernilla Nelson, for posting that. The governor's number is 303 866 2471. Again, that's 303 866 2471. That is the office of Governor Jared Polis. He is the governor of Colorado. He was the one that ordered the investigation on Brittany Luton, which was the DA for the 13th Judicial District. She was actually trying to pass a rule or a law that she can extend how long she can have that position so it can become almost indefinite. All these moves that these people have done, the sheriff for 20 years, she's been in there for like 8, right? She's trying to extend it for even more, and then so on and so forth. All these positions, right? Shazo was part of the city council. He got moved, but then he also became a deputy, right? So now he's city council and a deputy, right? And then all of a sudden now Jeffrey Wells is suing Deputy Shazo and ex-sheriff James Crone, which is the same one who altered the evidence for my trial to convict me, right? He's suing them for all kinds of illegal shit that they did, right? To be able to get Jeff Wells out of a position, right? They tried to hinder him somehow, right? So they've been doing dirty political, governmental, cheating, altering moves for a long time, right? Hire me, hire you, I'll put you in this position, then you put me in that position, and so on and so forth, right? So they play like musical chairs in there in Morgan County, and they've had this little boss hog thing going on there for a lot of years, right? Jared Polis, the governor, needs to know this. He needs to know these things. If anyone has any investigatory knowledge, how to do investigations and things and what to ask for, if you guys can do, anybody that is willing to do any public records requests, please. Here the rules in Colorado are, if you do a public records request, they must grant it for free to you if it is under an hour worth of work. Okay, so it'll be absolutely free. So something simple like someone's name or an email or something like that is less than an hour. To pull a couple policies or something is less than an hour, especially if it's been asked for prior to. Like you can include in your public records request to also include how many times this request has been made in the last month, right? Because if it took an hour before, it shouldn't take an hour now because they have it somewhere just for freshly pulled and freshly sent, right? Um, and what else? We want to find out who was it, for all of those of you who care, who might be writing this down on what to ask for, right? We're trying to find out who was it that was in charge of my evidence, who downloaded my evidence, who specifically gave them the instructions from the DA's office. Was it Brittany Luton herself? Um, how long has Travis Sides been on my case? His name is Travis Sides or Signs or some shit. Um, we need media requests in Morgan County for Eric's trials and my trials. Um, you might want to ask for any emails that have been sent internally about any one of our cases or with any one of our names attached to it. You can put my name up there if you want, Jason. So those of you who do not know how to spell my name correctly, you can write it correctly. Um, you can make a public records request asking how far along are we in the investigation on Brittany Luton. Is there anything that is going to be made public yet? I would also like it if you guys would call the local news stations here, like Channel 4, Channel 9 here in Denver. I don't know what the other ones are. I don't watch much news here. And I know that I'm asking a lot from you guys. But I know that there's a lot of you guys out there that have always wanted to help and you haven't been able to. This right here is enormous to us. This is super important because every single one that comes in causes a little squirt of adrenaline, a little squirt of anxiety juice to them. We got another email, we got another request, right? These are legitimate questions that they don't want to answer, but they have to. We can ask how many times anything the sheriff's been accused of something, or I don't know. You guys can think about it. You guys will probably be better at it than I am. So just whatever you can think of, get it out there. I want phone calls to the mayor. I mean, not to the mayor. I want phone calls to the governor, Jared Polis. Public records requests and phone calls made to the Morgan County courts. Maybe even the Supreme Court here. This needs to get out there. It needs to be known. I want you guys all to post your posts. Everything that you do, make sure you get copies of everything, screenshots, any Twitter, Facebook, Instagram type post that you, any kind of social media post that you make on any one of these entities, websites or whatever, screenshots, pictures, okay, evidence that you posted, what your post was, right? You want to put your post around showing the other posts around you so that when they delete it, you can see the other posts, right? Pictures of the denial or the deleting of, for example, if they send you an email or some kind of a message. If any of that happens, please send your information to libertyfreaktv@gmail.com, or you can also send it to Jason Gaudet, which is my wonderful mod here. If you send it to him, he'll send it to me. We are compiling all of this information. We have a very, very, very possible, a very, very powerful legal firm here that has taken this case and is absolutely pursuing these illegal uh, tampering and erasing of um, public forum comments and entire postings. We've also the Morgan County Sheriff's Office um, is guilty of deleting an entire post, of which we have an enormous amount of evidence and copies of, because that actual post was to be used to impeach our James Crone in court, and because it was going to be used to impeach him, he deleted it. So that was now it was deleted by him, Dave Martin, which is now the sheriff, Brittany Luton, which is in charge of the prosecutor's office of the 13th Judicial District. Uh, so that's pretty scary. So this needs to get out there. Um, the very in the very video we're arguing. Well, I'm not. Eric is yelling at him about what he had posted on that post, and how he had said that it was the entire video for everyone to see, and he praised his department, and he did all that kind of stuff, and we can't even debate or go back and forth on what we're talking about in the very video that's altered and tampered with as evidence, because what we're actually talking about in the tampered evidence, it has been deleted, completely deleted, with thousands and thousands of comments on it, to and for us and against us, right? So we can absolutely show the bias and everything. We can impeach him by the words that he used on that, because that would actually be his actual first statement of what actually really happened, which he admits that we didn't do anything illegal and it wasn't arrestable. You can't have that up there if he decides later, you know what I'm saying, that it's arrestable, right? That's like, you can't do that. You know, you either did the crime or you didn't. You can't hide the fact. Everything that was removed, tampered with, everything that was taken out, not given, not shown, or not allowed in, was everything that exonerated us and totally impeached everyone in the Morgan County Sheriff's Office. Everyone. It would show that the statement of there was two female lady there was two ladies that worked behind the window that were in the video. Okay, there was an old heavyset lady, and then there was this younger lady on the right. Okay, the one on the right, she testified and said, "Hey, no, they were just talking normal, no louder than anybody else. I mean, everybody just like blew this out of proportion for nothing. Nothing really happened, right?" She's stating this. The other one, the one that is depending on the paycheck because the one that testified to that, she no longer works for the Morgan County Sheriff's Office, right? So, and the other one is just like, "Oh yeah, I was scared for my life." She's backing up the narrative of the sheriff's office. Why? Because she's been working for the sheriff's office for a long time, right? I'm sure her paycheck depends on it, doesn't it? So you can see the bias and why she would continue with the sheriff's narrative, and also help him with his cheating, right? Um, because everybody that's a part of it and helped to convict me is a part of this witness tampering, this evidence tampering, right? Um, It's crazy. And the moment that I mentioned it to the judge, Your Honor, that evidence has been tampered with. Your Honor, that is not the real video. Somebody altered that. Boy, that prosecutor, Travis Sides, jumped up and ran to the front. Your Honor, Your Honor, Your Honor, I object to him speaking, Your Honor, for he has defense. Yeah, he didn't want me to speak. He jumped up, man, like he's been busted, right? Like he was under the sheets, and they were both naked. Now he's trying to explain at the door, right? Mm-hmm. Very, very awesome. Well, that's about it. I just need you guys to please help me out. Please call the governor's office. Please post on their Facebook. Please post on their Twitter. Please post on their Instagram. What's going on, Danny? Oh, thank you, Monkai. That's awesome. Yeah, old Bruce was here early. I was like, damn, I didn't think you'd be here that early. I was like, I got to do a live stream. I was like, I'm not even ready. We're trying to hurry up and get some things done here before the cold comes in and pounds us. CFW's in here. What's up, CFW? What's up? Oh, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Thank you for everything you do over there in Texas. Say what's up to David for me. Tell him I love him, Mr. David Bourne. These guys were there for Otto and everything, which is awesome. Another one right there. Look, Otto's case. That's going ugly and sideways, right? Because they are trying to absolutely silence him and catch him on anything they possibly can to quiet this guy. This guy is absolutely making a stir in Texas, right? And nobody wants to touch him because they're afraid, right? This guy was arrested for textbook First Amendment protesting with a sign, right? And they are really criminalizing this, right? And his public defenders are what we really call public pretenders, because he is the definition of a public pretender, because he pretends that he's defending you, but that guy's not defending Otto at all. Only threatens him that if you want to do it, you can do it yourself, and I'm just going to jump off this case, right? They tell him shit like, well, if he gets rid of his public pretender, then he'll have to defend himself because he won't have any right to defense. Really scary stuff, man. They really come after us really, really, really hard. And it's funny because a lot of the guys that hate on us and everything really wouldn't even have the balls to, walk through a dark alley, once in their life, but yet they want to criticize the things that we stand up against, on a daily basis. And people don't understand it until they get here. Monkai, hey Monkai, tell me if this ain't true. Can you verify my comment here? Monkai said it. He goes, this shit was really cool to watch on YouTube. It was totally different, kind of exciting. It was neat to watch. But man, when you are here and you are in it and busy, and you're like, oh my God, there's no rest, right? Every day there's a court date. There's more things to investigate, to look and to search, to be able to save yourself or to help save your friend. You know what I'm saying? From getting buried in legal shit, right? Or getting buried in this case. So everybody here works together. We all know what everybody else's videos are like, okay? We all know what everybody's videos, what's in them, right? Because you know why? Because we've seen them dozens of times. Each other's videos when it pertains to a case. That's why when my tamper with video was played inside my trial, all of my friends behind me watching said, huh? That's not right. That's not right. It wasn't right. It made all of them look. Monkai was like, that's not right. Hold on a second. That's not how the real video is. Janet said, I know that's not right, right? They all saw it immediately. Some of it gets, slips through the cracks on us, man. We got a lot of charges between all of us. We have a lot of charges. We have two full pages of nothing but lines like this of somebody's name, date of the, charge number, date of the, of the court date, whose name it is, whether it's me, Eric, whatever, all that kind of shit, and whether it's municipal. Two full pages worth, okay, of different charges. All of them are for our speech. Every single one of them. Yeah, and thank you to Monkai 83 because we all noticed it, right? But he was the one. I had forgotten that he had mirrored it, right? So he had the full one mirrored. I had it, but I had it set on private, right? I had it set on private. So these morons must have, since I put it on private immediately, these morons must have thought that it was deleted or removed. So they figured that they were going to alter my video and have no proof of the alteration, right? They didn't understand how mirroring worked, right? Either. So he jumped up right away and came on and said, here it is, man. Look at the part that they left out. And I was like, I knew that part was left out. I saw it. I told my public defenders immediately, that's not the right video. That's not the right video. That's not the full video. And they were like, yeah, yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, shh, okay, okay, okay. They wouldn't listen. That should have been, they should have stood up right there. I should have stood up right there and said, objection, this is not the right video. This video has been tampered with. I didn't know how that worked, right? My first big trial like this. I sat right through it. I saw it. And now what are they going to do? They're going to use that same video in Eric's trial? I can't wait to be there. I can't wait to be there. BX Press says many people don't understand that these small town tyrant violations are small compared to what happens in big cities. They straight up practicing eugenics and nobody admits to it. Yep. Yeah, just imagine what they've got. Rachel Williams says, I can't imagine what they've gotten away for hundreds of years, if not thousands, pre videos, right? Yeah, just imagine all of the injustices that have gone on when those poor people had nothing to prove, right? They had nothing to be able to exonerate them. Now we have it. It's brand new. They don't know how to deal with it. So what have they done? They've taken that thing which has become like a superpower to the people and they altered it. They cheated. They altered it. They hid it. And they also destroyed it. Absolutely destroyed it so it wasn't there so that we can use it for our defense. Wow. They admitted to violating 13-21-128 where they cannot take my videos or anything, right? Um, if they tampered with that evidence, who's to say they didn't tamper with my stuff that was in my videos, right? Or my cameras? Life was easier before us assholes showed up, Pookie. That's right. You must be a pig. Real pig lover, why not you? Um, oh, how wonderful. All right. Can you hear me now? Yep. You guys can't even hear that fan growing, huh? That new fan I got. Thank you guys. I couldn't have got it without you guys. Um, has 10 different speeds. It's the manual one. I mean, you got to do it by hand. It's nothing fancy like a remote control, but to have 10 different speeds as opposed to just like low, medium, and high is really nice because I can actually have it working without having to boom. So it's been on the whole time that I've had this video going, and you can't even hear it. It's pretty neat, huh? Very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits. What's the van's name? I don't know. I don't know. You believe in free speech. Why do you block the comments of people who disagree with you, says Pookie L. Why? Because this is my private channel, right? This is my channel where I hang out with my family, with my friends, right? This is not a government entity, and I don't have to abide by those things, right? The First Amendment protects you when you're in a public place, in a public, all that kind of shit, right? You can't say whatever you want in a private place, right? Because I can grab you by the scruff of your neck and by your belt loops and throw you the hell out the front door. So we're in my living room. So you're either nice, you can shoot an opinion, right? But the moment you start calling names, yeah, and I find out who they are. Obviously, you're not my friend. So, you either be nice, or if you talk shit, I just hack you and make you go away. That's just what I do. They might not all be my friends, but you better act right. You are going to act right in here. You're not going to call any of my friends names, and I'm not going to accept any. You're not going to defend police brutality here and think they're great. Fuck that. Get out of here. That's right. You're welcome until you're not. I don't even know what a 4chan is. I've heard a lot about it. Never been there. Please don't hack me, but I like police. Hey, everybody has their sexual preferences. Yeah, you're welcome until you aspire to be led to the door. That's right, defend. Nobody can word it like defend. So sad that you don't see the forest through the trees. So sad that you don't see the forest through the trees. No, actually, 4chan was a very intellectual place where people can go and share all kinds of wonderful ideas. And, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people have been busted in 4chan, right? And it's awesome. I don't go with the whole Trump tard, whatever tard. I just don't get into that. I don't get into the fighting that you see in mainstream media. I just don't. Yeah, Monkai 83 has been helping me out with this van, which I really, really appreciate because there's only so much I can do by myself. Plus, I also have my own van too. There's two vans now that I'm helping with Pike. I helped. I'm helping with the Dodge. The Dodge is going to switch back, and so Just a lot to do, right? And all these cases and all these court dates and all that. Just a lot to do. I don't believe in none of it. That's right. I don't either, Outlaw Ninja. That's funny. So Sitting Bull says that Monkai 83 is a fluffer. If you guys don't know what a fluffer is, you might want to check it out on Google. Maybe the Urban Dictionary. Pookie. The name like fucking Pookie L. What kind of goofball name is that? Creator Maker says, what time frame was 4chan a great place to share ideas? I don't even remember sharing news there or trap threads. I wouldn't know. The truth hurts, says Trump said. Ignorant pleb, Archer 007, Superman, Outlaw Ninja. Government and people's stupidity will be the death of us all. Yeah, it always has been. From the beginning of time. Archer 007 says, hello. CFW Carolina Fort Worth says, the truth hurts you. Bernila Nelson says, be nice if you call Governor Jared Polis. Thank you for being consistent, Bernilla. I appreciate that. There's a governor's number. The governor of Colorado's number is 303-866-2471. Folks, let's get on the phones and call them and let them know what's going on here with James Crone, Dave Martin, and Brittany Newton, the DA. Tell them that we have absolute evidence of this, lots of it. Fuck Guido. Guido's probably Richard Crude. Dick Crude, the guy that hates himself. The Latino that wants to be a SS, again, that wants to be the white power fucking dude when he's nothing but a Mexican. That's funny. Love yourself, bro. Putting up all that Nazi shit as a brown man makes you look stupid as shit. Get that installation in Liberty Free getting cold. Yeah, I know. I gotta do that actually today in a major way. So. Archie 00 says, CFW, no, I am a troll, not a good guy. If I see someone trying to turn things around like Monkai, I will support him. Oh, thanks, Archer. That's the way to do it. There's a couple haters out there. Okay, time for Pookie L to go. Rick Crude is a retard. Rick Crude is a stupid-ass, toothless ex-felon who scares no one because tough guys don't advertise how tough they are. Okay? They just do. Him advertising all that shit and all that evidence to fuck himself if he ever did do something stupid, does not make him a badass. It just makes him mentally unstable. You know what I'm saying? He needs to concentrate on going to a dentist, okay? Getting some dentures done for those nasty ass, that rot mouth that he's got, okay? To do his stupid ass, wow. He wouldn't even have any content if it wasn't for us. He has nothing. He doesn't even have any intelligent, commenting to do on anything. Ad hominems, criticizing this guy for being oh shit, we can totally, 3/4 inch sheets of insulation. Yeah, I might be able to use that there, defend. Um, this guy has nothing intelligent to say. He's always criticizing everybody else about being an ex-felon, this, that, and that. He's an ex-felon, right? Um, what he needs to do is take care of his hygiene a little bit, maybe clean under those nasty ass nails he's got, right? Because I think I see shit under him from wiping his ass when he wipes his ass every couple of times a week. So, those guys, they don't mean anything to me, right? I do what real men do, and we stand up to real giants and real badasses on a regular basis. We stand up to the badasses that can put you up to a firing squad. So, you know, that don't mean nothing to me. Everybody puts their pants on just like me. Everybody's balls hurt when they get kicked just like mine. You know what I mean? Everybody's mouth bleeds when he gets punched too. So who cares? None of that shit scares me. Um, Clown. He is a clown. He actually is a clown. Like, he wears colorful masks, and he comes on and acts like a clown and looks like a clown. So, like a clown. Now, A Balance, he has like a few more, uh, you know, some stuff to say, even though being really kind of uninformed. Like, it's pretty much just like opinions. Um, but hell, at least that guy admits when he's wrong, and he admits it publicly. Like, I can't do anything but respect that. How can you not respect that, right? Um, well, enough on that topic, I guess. Uh, yeah, Outlaw Ninja, and he showed us some kind of long panties he wore at one time. You see him on this video, right? He's got some kind of pantyhose he was showing there, right? And some kind of boots, some kind of maybe high heel boots or something he was wearing. Um, in other words, he was showing one of his drag uniforms, right? Like he had multiple, drag uniforms that he had there, and like showing how which one it was just so fucking comical and low budget and low brained that it's difficult to watch. I can only see him in pieces. I mean, I've had to see it because people just keep bothering me and saying, "Hey, you gotta go look at this. You gotta go see this guy." And then when I saw, I was like, "That's it. This is the dude. This is the dude that they look for comments and all that." It's like, oh my god. Uh, Outlaw Ninja is not a coping mechanism to create your fantasy world when you can't cope with reality. He too suffers from government trauma, laughing out loud. Doesn't he? Doesn't he see it though? Because his previous ways of yeah, and for sure, I mean, I said it before. I'm talking about. We sure don't talk about Miss Wooten on this thing. You hear? She gets treated nice. Twat waffle. That's funny. That's a funny word, defend. I gotta use that one on a on an audit. Huh? That'd be awesome at an event. Yeah, Robert Bonner said that's all crude is good for comic relief. Yeah, it is. It's comic relief. It's like, come on, man, make another one so we can laugh at you. This is funny shit. You know, talking all kinds of shit. I'm not on Social Security. I don't get any government money. The government pays for my medicine. That's it. Um, I don't live in a house. Uh, Stupid shit. Twat waffle equals female version of an ass hat. Trump said, "You have had your say. You're repetitive and bothersome, and stop." Ignorant Pleb says, "Keep speaking, Liberty. I'm enjoying your chat." Yeah, I'm having a little fun here with you guys too, right? I haven't had one of these in a long time, so that's why I'm here. Everybody else does these long ass, just like talking chit chat in your living room chats, right? So I wouldn't mind doing one of those, and meanwhile bringing awareness to this ugly thing that's going on in Morgan County with the Morgan County Sheriff's Office and the prosecutors tampering, altering evidence, using it in trials, convicting innocent people, and using it again in another trial to try to convict another innocent man. You're funny, Rachel. I haven't named this one, right? Like I haven't gotten emotionally attached to it like that, right? Uh, I don't want to go into details, but I'll talk to you later. I'll private message you. Her name is Exodus. That would be an awesome name. Exodus. Trump said, "It sounds like you have helped people and they're not grateful. Continue to be you." Yep, and Trump said has helped people. I'm not saying anything about that. I'm just saying that, with the whole personal shit, right? Some guys here know each other. They've had personal shit, right? I mean, I've had personal shit with guys too. Have you heard anything about it? No, right? So I just like, whatever personal shit goes on between them, I don't care to hear it on my stream. Makes me negative, pisses me off. It just makes me like, ugh. I hate that shit. If it was here live, I'd be like, yo, I'm not interested in that shit. I don't care to hear it. I'd walk away. I'd leave, right? You're not gonna have my company if that's what it's not what what the if that's what if that is what the conversation is going to be about, then you won't have my company. I'll walk out. Done. Right and wrong. My van's name is Frida for Freedom. Right and wrong. Do you have a van? Very neat. Are you hashtag van life? Anybody who's on here, this hashtag van life, post it on the screen. Put hashtag van life. Robert Bonner asks, at Liberty Freak, what was Eric talking about when he said his case wasn't going to be a lay down case like yours? You didn't lay down, did you? I was confused when he had said that. It's not that I laid down, Robert Bonner. What happened was that I am not, this is Eric Brandt, right? The savant Eric Brandt, right? Commenting post-trial, looking in retrospect, right, of everything that had happened, and then, and then analyzing it. I would have, you should have, you could have, what if you would have, right? All I understood at that time was I couldn't speak, and I didn't want to ruin my trial. I didn't know how that worked. Truth is, I obeyed. I fucking obeyed. And when I would see an inconsistency or want something to be asked or whatever, it was a battle between trying to write it down, to show my public defender, or tapping them and say, hey, what the hell? This is not true. Blah, blah. You know, when it wasn't working with my immediate male public defender, the female public defender that was there for me was, I would then now like tap her and try to talk around this guy. Maybe that will make a difference, right? And saying, like, for example, well, I'm not even going to give away any details of it, because my case is still being used to absolutely pummel these guys with an enormous sledgehammer, okay, on all the ugly and illegal shit that they've done. Now, I should have stood up when I saw the inconsistency in the video, right? I should say, hey, that's not right. Just interrupted the whole trial or whatever, right? I should have been an Eric Brandt in that courtroom, right? I should have been a loud fucking sideshow special there, and I had my voice out loud there, right? But I felt that if I did that, it might tamper with the jury, being reprimanded or whatever. The jury will think that I'm some kind of crazy man or something, and it was just so. But it doesn't really matter, because I don't feel it matters, because I got convicted on a case of a charge that I can't be charged with. It's unconstitutional to charge me with it. It's been proven unconstitutional dozens of times, and it's been proven unconstitutional in the state of Colorado hundreds of times with the same case law. He rejected that case law, and then they let them bring in tampered with and altered evidence so that they can convict me. How is that supposed to stand, right? Okay. I'm done. Give me a second, guys. Sorry. Figured you guys would talk amongst yourselves. Is it okay to just obey sometimes, because we can't be going to jail all the time? It costs too much. Yes, Carolina. The thing is that here's the thing. I can do what I do because I live in a van. You can't do what you do. You can't do what I do because you driving some beautiful ass, badass Mopar Hellcat. Unfortunately, that's the truth. So, being that you're above the indigent level, they try, but they couldn't use the. To you, they can use the tactic is they can just draw it out and make it a legal nightmare, and it'll cost you a fortune. You know, and it'll make you bankrupt, which is what they want to achieve. That's how they usually win. And they hate that because we're just nothing but a bunch of beguines, motley crew of lowbrow guys and gals. And we know what we're doing, and that's absolutely terrifying to them, to the extent that they will alter and tamper with evidence and lie on statements and bringing people to lie, and, you know, as we call it, test-a-lying. That's just a fact, and I'm sorry, but what you still do is amazing, and you do it very well. You brought a little class to this game, right? You brought great videos. I love your style. You've brought some real courage to this game. You've brought some real support, you know, to this thing, and I keep calling it a game, and it's so far from a game, right? But then again, MMA is called playing. So is judo. And even though I can kill you with it, you say, "Hey, do you play judo?" So, you know, though it is very serious, you know what I'm saying? We got to keep it lighthearted so we don't lose focus and faith and heart in this thing, right? Yeah, I'm not very good in the scientific stuff either. Awesome, Outlaw Ninja. Good for you, buddy. I'm a broke ass fool with 2 awesome kids and a beautiful old lady. Going strong for 18 years. I'm only 37. She's 33. Good for you, buddy. I wish I had a Hellcat too. Said I lived with them for 32 years. I appreciate the wrongness of my beef completely, which is why I'll share it with anyone and everyone, though. Furry potatoes and handcuffs. Furry potato. Hurry, everybody over there, right now, go to Furry Potato. She's in handcuffs. Go. Right now, leave this channel and go to Furry Potato. Back her up right now. Get on the phone right now. Whatever it takes, get off this channel and go to Furry Potato. I'm ending my stream right now to go there. Bye.